Yes. And I was also studying a lot like alliance of Russia and China. Both of them are quite against democracy. I think we can all agree with that. And both of them are communists, right?
China and
Yeah,
Russia, right?
both of them are communists. Communism, the idea, it started after the Russian Revolution.
Can you explain the term communism, Ashish? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I do not have sufficient knowledge with that.
But when you say communist, what do you refer to it?
It is kind of a dictatorship only. Like it is not capitalist. What we are having is capitalist. Like it is run by democracy, and there will be no particular leader, and there will be freedom to press. So in a capitalist kind of place, the people will be having the power, the freedom in general, and that is seen in the best manner during the Cold Wars. I think I'm going to get a little bit into that because you'll be able to understand what is the actual difference between the capitalism and communism.
Yeah.
All right. So in communist countries, there will be a single power. There will be no freedom to speech. Like if you speak against the government, and that is why a lot of people are claiming a lot of things in this country as well. Like if you want to speak against the government, then you'll be having problems.
Yeah.
And
that is everywhere, I guess.
Not everywhere. You can say anything about the government if it is a pure democracy. That's your right. That's your right. You have to criticize the government.
But in every democracy, it happens that you land into trouble generally if you are speaking against government.
Yeah, so that is what I am saying, that the men will always try to grab power, right? And people at top, everyone can be criticized. No one can do the job perfectly. That is why in the last podcast we were talking that no single person should be leading or running the country, right? There should be no single person who is having the highest amount of power, because none of us are perfect. When that person reaches the top, somehow that person forgets that I'm also imperfect. All right. But anyways, coming back to the point, what happened over there in World War II, I think you were quite clear, right? For example, I was going through a video on YouTube yesterday where people in Russia were asked, what do you think about Putin? And there were very few people actually willing to say bad things about that person.
I follow one model also who is Russian, and she also had this same review about, she's from Russia only. She's not happy with Putin.
Now she's not living in Russia. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. But the people who are like, even if they say that, the question was simple. Do you think Putin is good or bad? That video I'm going to link it down if you want to go through it. And the people like, no. And when they are asked why, they just walk away. They are not ready to talk anything because you don't know what is going to happen. Alexei Navalny, I think that is his name, the opposition to Putin, is a person, I talked about it, that he was poisoned, had to run away to Germany.
Yeah.
The person who is in the opposition party, he was tried to be murdered and he was poisoned. All right. And in Russia, when he went to different hospitals, everyone was saying that it is all good. Nothing is going wrong. It is all good. Everything is fine. You are going to get better by morning. Something like that. And then they are saying, no, there's something problematic over here. So what they did is that they went to Germany. And over there, they said on the first few minutes only that he has been poisoned. All right. Now, this guy is such a badass. He could have stayed in Germany to be fully recovered and live his life, because he now knows that he is under threat and a country so huge, you'll vanish in somewhere, nobody will find out. But he comes back to Russia, and the first thing that happens is that he is imprisoned. He is right now in jail, and he is going through this, something that our own Mahatma Gandhi started. He is going through hunger strike.
Okay.
And I think it has been quite a few days since he has been going on this hunger strike, and America has released a statement: if something happens and if he dies, then you are going to face consequences.
Okay.
Yeah.
When America says that, you have to consider that.
Not really. Russia is not afraid. Russia.
No, but Japan had to do that.
That is a long time ago. Russia has itself made a lot of statements.
Never underestimate US.
You know what Putin says?
Never underestimate US, Ashish.
All right.
I feel so.
You know what Putin has said? He has said that the way that you run the country, don't judge us the way that we run our country. You understand? Like, okay, you love the way that you are doing it. Don't tell us how we should be doing things like that. So they are not that